do not put pressure on yourself to know everything as a therapist. That is the quickest way to burn out. Hey everyone, it's your girl Charnel, aka ohsolimitless. This is part 2 of the therapist Q&A. If you have not already watched part 1, you can definitely check that out after you watch this video. I thought I would answer a few more questions to support you on your journey of becoming the best therapist that you can be. So let's get into some more questions. The next question is by Cassie. It says, love the video, just one question. How many years of school did you have to take? On average, I would say you would need 6 to 7 years of school. So your 4-year undergraduate degree, and then if you're doing your master's, it can be part-time or full-time. And so if you're doing it full-time, it will be 2 years. If you're doing it part-time, it will be 3 years. And so it will take on average 6 to 7. I fortunately was able to do it in 5 years, and that is only because I completed my undergraduate degree in 3 years instead of 4. And I did that by fast tracking. So I took some courses throughout the summers so that I was able to fast track and graduate a year earlier. So if you want to get it done faster, that might be an option if your school allows you to take summer courses. Before I continue to answer these questions, I have a question for y'all. At what point are you in your journey to becoming a therapist? Are you an undergraduate student? Are you a graduate student? Are you taking a break, trying to figure it out? Are you actually a therapist right now? Comment below and let me know. And also give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, subscribe, because you will continue to see videos like this from your girl. The next question is from Israel Frank. Hello, I'm also an aspiring young Black therapist, male, and will be applying to a master's program in the fall. Was wondering if you could give me some information about starting your own private practice and if you were able to receive, and how you were able to receive clients. So I actually responded to Israel, and I just mentioned that it's so awesome that as a Black male, he is interested in this field. We definitely need his services, and I feel like there's so many people that would benefit from him as a Black male in this perspective, and so that's awesome. In regards to how I receive clients, so I mainly rely on my website, the directory that I'm a part of as a therapist, and also word of mouth. At one point I did have an IG account, honestly, probably for like a couple of weeks, but I wasn't passionate about it, and I didn't necessarily think it was necessary for me to fill my caseload, and so I discontinued that. My main thing is my website, where people will Google search certain keywords and find me there. The directory that I'm on, they go through a list of therapists, and then they possibly choose me based on my description. And then also word of mouth has been something that's really helpful and great for me as well. All right, so we got another question from Simply Larry Tarrant. Girl, I love interacting with you on my YouTube. Thank you for commenting and engaging with me. It says, I'm starting back my MFT degree in January after a much needed break. I'd love to see a book haul of which benefited you the most in your practice. So again, congratulations on getting started back on your program. In terms of a book haul, I actually recently created a video, which you guys can check out here, I think it will be. I will include a link to it in this video and in the description box below. So after watching this video, you guys can check out part 1. I might do a part 2 if there is enough interest. The next question is from Casey Boyden. Loved seeing this, very motivating while still in school. Would love to see a video where you talk about what licensure you chose and why, and also how you chose a grad school, and if online grad school would be recommended. So many choices. Casey girl, I know there are so many options, but there are some things that I would recommend to support you with narrowing down your options. First thing, I would encourage you to decide, do you want to do online school or do you want to do school in class, in person? I knew for myself that I wanted to do in person. Online just was not an option for me. I felt like doing it in person, I would be able to make more connections with other people who are going through the same route or experience as myself. Building those connections could also help in the future with possibly finding job opportunities, or even just help you with learning throughout your program. And it's also just a great way to also learn and gain experience from other people who are in different positions. The other thing is with online school, there is actually a lot of flexibility. You may be able to continue working full time and also do school online. I just found for myself that I just knew I wouldn't be as productive or take away as much information if I did it online versus doing it in person. The other thing that I would highly recommend is making sure that you go or you choose an accredited program. And so the program being accredited means that your state or province recognizes that program as a reputable program that gives you the skills and education required to be licensed in your state or province. So you have to make sure that your school is accredited. Otherwise, you may have done that program for like absolutely no reason. The third thing that I would recommend is just choosing your school based on location. Do you want to go to a school that's close to home so that you can save money? Do you want to go to a school that's in a certain city or state that you want to work in? I think that can also help you narrow down your options. And so for me, those are the top 3 things that helped me make my decision. And I also wanted to go to a very prestigious school. And so I knew I wanted to go to one school and I chose that one school. And fortunately, I was able to get in. But hopefully those things can help you narrow down your option. And I would, if you come up with a list, let's say of 5 or 10 schools, weigh your pros and cons of going to each of those schools to support you with narrowing down that list even more. In terms of the degree that I chose a Master's of Education as opposed to a Master's of Arts. Now, in my undergraduate degree, I did an honors thesis and I did not enjoy the experience at all. Although it was a great end result, I just did not enjoy the experience. And so I knew for my master's, I did not want to do a thesis. And so I chose a course-based program. And so that is why I went the route of a Master's of Education. The next question is from Milk Tea ASMR. Hi there, thank you for these practical tips and view into your life. I'm a student in the last year of my undergrad for psych. May I ask if you have a certain client type or condition you like to work with? And did you realize this in grad school or after working for a while? Also, how long did it take after graduation for you to feel like you could thrive in private practice? P.S. Your hair is gorgeous. Thanks, Bo. So I definitely learned the types of clients and conditions I wanted to work with throughout my experiences and the types of clients and conditions I did not want to work with throughout my experiences. It also changed depending on the improvement of my skills. Once my skills improved, I was like, oh, maybe actually I would reconsider working with this group. It also changed depending on my age. As I grew up and kind of got more experiences and had my own personal experiences, I was like, okay, maybe I actually gravitate towards this. This is a bit more fulfilling for me, and this isn't as fulfilling as I thought it would be or as it once was. So I think the conditions and the client types that you want to work with may change as you age and as you kind of develop your skills as a therapist. As clinicians, if we are not necessarily trained in a specific area, it is in our clients' or potential clients' best interest and in our best interest to refer clients to a therapist that would be a better fit. And so I really try to avoid having to turn people down or refer them out by being as specific as possible in my description on my website or on my directory platform when people are looking for therapists, so that it's like, okay, we are a good fit based on what my description says and based on what's coming up for you. And of course, that is further confirmed once we do a consult together. I also want to add, do not put pressure on yourself to know everything as a therapist. That is the quickest way to burn out. Take on clients that are within your niche or within your scope of practice and refer all the others out. In terms of how long it took me after graduation to feel like I could thrive in private practice, to be completely honest, I never felt like I could thrive in private practice until I was consistently thriving in private practice. And so I say that to say that you're always going to feel fearful, you're always going to be worried, you're probably never going to feel fully ready to start private practice, but it doesn't mean that you shouldn't start. And so, yeah, that's kind of it. I didn't feel like I could thrive until I was fully thriving in private practice. So feel the fear and do it anyway. I promise you, I did my private practice. I still experience feelings of self-doubt. I still experience feelings of doom. Like, I went through a whole roller coaster of emotions, even if things were going really well. But I never recognized or accepted that, hey, I could really thrive into this experience until I was consistently thriving. So again, feel the fear and do it anyway. If I could do it over again, sometimes I do tell myself like, hey, I wish I started sooner, because again, that feeling of fear was always there. But everything happens in due time when it's supposed to happen. All right, y'all, if you've not watched part 1, make sure you go over and watch it. Give this video a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe and click the notification bell so you never miss an upload from your girl. I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.